No.
I'm on now. Okay. Welcome. Well, I am blown away. The work that has been done and the interest that is shown on this site. I tried this once before and no one was interested. But now I find there's an interest. So much so, you are so advanced so far. Well, there are some new eyes for you to look at that you'll find interesting. I will reserve my analysis because it's not fair on anyone else, because it doesn't give them a chance to get in. So I'll stand back. It's very tempting for me to continue the analysis. Now, Sora, P-S-O-R-A, Sora. Sora spots. These show either standing infection, is it, or I did have this wrote down, but as always I can never remember. It's those little spots you see in the iris. They can tell you a lot. Pay as much attention to these. Now we have dealt with the what's it?
AWS, AW, yeah.
And we have done with the sodium ring. The sodium ring is around the edge of the iris, which, if pronounced, it usually shows cholesterol. Discoloration. You get yellow tinges. This usually means a build-up of okay, like a build-up of infection is one way I can call it. If you see this in the iris, you know the person, then I strongly advise you to sort it out. A lot of meat eaters will get this, and they also get a lot of cholesterol. Why? Because they will continue eating meat. Well, eating meat, alright, very small amounts. Remember, you're eating a toxin. Within the slaughtered animals, which go through hell before they're killed, produce adrenaline. There's also growth hormone
Pumped into them.
Now that is going in your system. You are not designed to eat meat. So what happens? It lies in the intestine and putrefies. Now a carnivore has a shorter small intestine. It passes the meat nutrients through it fast. Hasn't time to fester and petrify within the body to it's a putrid mass. The human body, however, is not blessed with this because he's a herbivore. Science has proved that. You haven't got fangs, you've got grinding teeth. You haven't got claws to rip your prey apart, you've got fingernails. Your jaw doesn't move up and down as it would with a carnivore. It moves sideways for grinding. We are herbivores. Now, I'm not saying that some of you are so addicted to meat. Please don't read me wrong. It's a person's own personal decision whether he eats meat or not. I dislike meat intensely. Not only psychologically, that I feel the pain of the animal that I am going to devour, but also health-wise. Obesity is caused by overconsumption of fats, meats, and things they add to the meat to make it flavoured better. Oh, I can never think of the name.
Glutton.
No, it's not glutton. It's glucocompensate or something like that. I'll have to read it up again and I'll come back to you on it. Oh yes, you go your burger in a fast food place. Tastes great, you love it. Yes, because it's dosed with this stuff to make it taste better. Even feces would taste better, would taste great if it was dosed with that. Trust me. So you get bigger and bigger and bigger. The body cannot adjust. It cannot deal with the consumption of meat products or the poisons that are added to it. So dietary effect is as important in iridology as diagnosis. For instance, let me give you an example. What would you say the person with one pupil that's bigger than the other pupil? Well, this is a signal of mental incohesion. It's really bad problems mentally.
So it shows they're mentally off their rocker.
Well, that's a quaint way of putting it, but they would be mentally disturbed. Blackness is usually death. It usually signifies the coming of death or death. If the iris goes completely black, forget it. He's crossed over or she's crossed over. No big deal, she'll be coming back in a nice new body, but that's on a different side. We're dealing with iridology. You've all done remarkable well, I must admit. I didn't expect the consistency of the diagnosis to be this accurate. This is an accurate science. It does work. There are a lot of subtle things which I will deal with at a later date, like closed acunas and various other subtleties that you will spot. One of you mentioned the radii. The radii solaris, is it? Forget now. This is the hidden demon in iridology, because it comes with it is depression and a lot of other things that are not very nice. Also pay attention always round the intestinal area. The scurf rims. All these things are important. I will be putting on a lot more irises. I have put another one on, but the next one I put on will be a little bit of a surprise. You'll find it interesting. I hope, Gypsy Genie, you've got your book. This brings me to another very serious textbook. Hang on, excuse me one moment. That's this one. Can you zoom in on it?
Yeah.
Now, this is basically a textbook. And it is very thorough. Again, it comes under Jackson, but it's Adam Jackson.
Adam
Jackson.
Adam J. Jackson.
So Adam, no.
There's a letter in between.
Oh yes, there is, sorry.
That's important, you have to get that, otherwise you'll get some other ones.
This it's a very old book that I've had. I'm just hoping it's still in print, because
You should be able to get it off of Amazon.
yeah, you should be able to get it off.
They sell virtually everything, so they even sell groceries.
Also, pay attention to your structural types: Hessian, linen, silk, Hessian linen, Hessian silk. Pay attention that this is important.
You've got under 5 minutes.
And I've got under 5 minutes. Do you know, I did a video a little while ago and he said that to me.
Well, sorry.
I'm
It's
sure
the
he
truth.
plans it out deliberately.
Well, last thing I want is having to retake it again because we couldn't get it in, or be cutting something out of it. Or...
Your key points: iris colour, iris structure, then hyperacidity in intestine, cardiovascular, lymphatic, muscular and skeletal. These are the main areas you must concentrate on. And the different constitutions, whether it's lymphatic. On the next talk I will be dealing with various constitutions. There are 10 constitutions, and get used to these, they're important. If you have this book, you'll have the whole 10. You'll have everything you need within this book. This one compared to the one I showed you before is highly significant. And he's going to moan at me. I got a feeling he's going to moan at me.
You've got nearly 3 minutes left. Like, you've just got 3 minutes now to say
Wow,
goodbye.
I got 3 minutes. What can I say in 3 minutes? I'll have to talk very fast to get it all into 3 minutes. My God. Okay. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope I've been able to give you a little bit of insight of my knowledge in iridology. Got any questions? Let me know. Got any problems? Let me know. I'll be delighted, and I'm thrilled to answer any questions you have. Thank you. Namaste.